and welcome to another episode of Pink Perspectives, powered by the Pink Table Talk. I'm Dana Johnson, your host, and joining me today is my brother, Trae.
Hello.
And my father, Marshall. As we embark upon the new year of 2021, I'm grateful to be able to bring this special conversation to you because it is very impactful for our family, and it kind of takes us on a new journey of discussion, something that we've never shared publicly, but look forward to hopefully being able to share our thoughts with you, the audience, and future audiences who will be tuning in to our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and Instagram page, and to be able to follow this in regards to the upcoming anniversary of Judy, aka Goldie, and her death from breast cancer. She passed on January 8th of 2003. So that's why this first episode of the new year was significant and important to all of us to bring it to you. So we'll just start with the first question of, as we look back to when we were actually told about the fact that cancer was recurrent, and we had that conversation, the three of us in the basement, and you mentioned to us that cancer was back. What was going through your mind and how you felt that was the best way with her there to be able to have that conversation and share it with us?
Well, just to bring it up straight up, when I asked you and Trae to come down to the basement, and your mama was there, I don't know why, but I still get emotional about it, but this was second occurrence, because back in 2000, she had diagnosed with cancer, breast cancer, and Dana and Trae didn't know nothing about it. We didn't share that with them because, you know, some things you just don't share because of what reasons, I don't know. But she had both her breasts removed. Right now, today, they didn't know that. I told them out there when I was talking earlier. And she came through it all and everything. She got better. Still working, Blue Cross Blue Shield. I was working, and all of a sudden, she started coughing, started losing her balance, and started losing her hair. And her mama told her she had the flu. And I said, you know what? No, something other than that, because she kept falling. So we took her to the St. Mary's, and her cancer came back. It came back to her brain. And when cancer hits your brain or in your bones, it's fatal. So she went to therapy, maybe like for 2 or 3 months, because this happened in November '02 when it came back. But in January, they said they couldn't do nothing about it. She got set up for hospice. And I dread anybody that goes with somebody that you love that goes through hospice, because you actually see them die. You actually see them with the last breath. And I seen her with her last breath. And it's something that people need to talk about it, they need to share it. If you have cancer, open up. And definitely go get checked. Male and female, because my brother just got cured from colon cancer. He's a survivor. Terrence Patterson, he just had colon cancer. And he's, right now, he's 57. But if you have cancer, if you don't have cancer, regardless, you need to go get checked. It came about with cancer, but the second call, I told them about it because when we went to St. Mary's, they said it was in her brain, and they needed to know. I mean, it was their mama. And we needed help. we needed support. And we need to share that with everybody, family-wise, and the family didn't even know. And like, when she finally passed, which they didn't know either, she had so much medication that she was on that I didn't even know. Because they go through so much stuff with this cancer stuff that they give them so much medication for the pain and for whatever reason. I've never had it, so I can't share that with you. But when you're in cancer, you go through so much pain and humiliation, and you don't want to share it with anyone. But that got to stop. You got to share it so your family and whoever can support you. So.
Yeah.
Whew. So on that note, it is a heavy topic, and it is worth sharing from not only a family perspective, but for those of you who may have friends who are going through it, or be a caregiver or an advocate such as us, or if you are out doing one of the local walks and you're fundraising for breast cancer, to understand the backstories and the people who are going through it. In addition to that, would you care to share from your perspective?
Well, my perspective from when I first found out everything, like I said, from when she first had it, I knew little about it. You know, like they said, Pop said they pretty much kept that away from us and didn't really tell us everything that was going on. So I knew she wasn't really feeling good, and I knew she was sick, and I knew about cancer, but I wasn't really too much educated on breast cancer at that time, or how much, how big a deal it was. I knew a lot of people had it, but it was different when it's your mom. So once she went through it the first time, and she supposedly got through it and was healthy again and was back doing her thing, he thought everything was fine and she was all right. But then, like, when he said she had the remission and it came back in that November, and like they say, you pretty much, by that time, you really couldn't do nothing else about it. So, it was hard on me. It was real hard. I was 24 years old. I was still young. I had just started at Miller. I had been at Miller maybe about 2.5 years, you know what I'm saying? So I was still learning my way through a lot, and I needed my mama a lot. Still need my mama a lot. But it was hard. It was hard, especially when she had to go to chemo and go to the care, through the therapy and everything. And I remember having to, take her to a lot of chemo sessions, and, hearing all the stories from back in the day when Moms was a track star and she was, cold at what she did, to now, it was like I had to start carrying my mom up to her appointments for chemo. I had to carry her back in the house, in my grandma's house, take her up the stairs, put her in her room because she couldn't walk no more.
So you're saying when he said carrying, he physically had to pick her up and carry her.
Yeah, I had to carry her.
She couldn't walk no more.
So, it's all the stuff I still think about every day. It's still on my mind all the time. But, there was a lot of things I always remember, because I had to go through that time. Like I said, I was young. I was 24 years old, so I remember when we got the call and they had to come to Grandma's house and see Mom for her last breath. And, it was hard, but plus at the time, I still had to be strong because I still had 2 daughters at the time, that were maybe 4 or 5 years old. So, I had to let them know about their grandmother and what was going on. And it was just a lot going on at the time. So like you say, you do have to talk about it. You do need to talk about it with your family. And, it was rough. Like I said, me being young and not really knowing too much about it. But now I know a whole lot about it. And I'm not over it, but I understand it now. So, it's still hard on me every day, but I can live with it. I can live with it, but it's still hard every day.
And another thing behind all that, your body talks to you. Your body talks to you. Nobody knows you better than your body. Doctors can tell you, that's why they tell you to go to a doctor, you're always supposed to get 1 or 2 opinions. Because they don't know, they're assuming, but your body is telling you something. And from my personal opinion and experience with Judy going through it, I mean, we're proud people. We're proud. We don't want nobody to let know that we're going down or something's happening. Even myself, I very seldom get sick, but when I do get a cold or my allergies kick up, I don't say nothing to nobody. It might be something worse than that, but I don't say nothing, but about 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm good. But you need to be checked. When something's wrong with you, go to the doctor and get checked, because you never know what it's leading up to. One little thing may happen, may get a bump here somewhere. It may be like, you think it's a little allergy, but no, go get checked. Because, hey, you don't get checked, 2 or 3 weeks later, you don't get checked, 4 or 5 months later, you don't get checked. Okay, I'm gonna go get checked. It's too late. You've been diagnosed already. You got cancer. Then you gotta go through the humiliation of going to get to the hospital, to the therapy, and then they tell you, you know what? You only got this far to go. And I should have went and got checked. But no, we so strong. Nah, ain't nothing wrong with me. I've been doing it. No. Go get checked. Regardless, bottom line. Go.
All right.
So.
Whew. So, as we think about getting checked and the importance of your doctor's visits, I just do a pledge to all of you, male and female, to, like he said, just go get checked. If it's more important for you to feel a little bit more comfortable and have someone go with you, do that, but just never lose sight of the importance of your health. And especially as we are in the midst of the pandemic now, and so many people were lost due to this COVID-19 disease, that we need to make certain that people are continuing to monitor their health. And the Pink Table Talks platform is about education, research, and policy. And if we can say anything more in regards to education, it is just being in tune to your own bodies and your health. So as we transition from that, we all kind of shared how we've come out of it. May not be completely healed. I know I still have, my moments and tear-jerking situations. And again, like Pop said, we are a proud, private group. So most often we keep that to ourselves. And I'm grateful for this platform that we're able to share. But I'd just like to ask, and Trae, we'll start with you, as we embark upon the 18th anniversary of her passing. Is there something that you can share as to how far you've come within this journey, whether it be through just your own personal growth or through the growth of you, like you said, having to have that conversation with your young daughters, my nieces at the time, to now them being, in their 20s, and dealing with how we've grown as a family through our advocacy work and our understanding of what breast cancer is now, and just growth in general over the 18 years.
And you set that off even another clause. Judy had just turned 50 years old, June 20, 50 years old. In 02, she had just turned 50. January 03, she's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Get checked.
like you said, by her passing at a young age, 50 years old, the way I've grown through all of that, and to help me push myself, through life day by day. Because like I said, I was young. Everybody thought I was cool because I had a good job and I was straight, and Trae will be all right, because I always pretty much is all right. And, you know, it hurt me real bad, and it still hurts me real bad. But, you know, you only get one mom, you know, and so what I do every day or all the time, I always go places that my mom used to send me to go, like places I know she liked to eat or things she liked to do, whether it's little chips, whether it's candy bars, whether it's a restaurant. I always try to go to those places whenever I get a chance, go here, go there, do this, do that, because it always reminds me of my mom every day. So, you know, just us doing the breast cancer walk every year. Since then, it helps me. I love it because it brings the family together. You know, whether it's the whole Johnson family, whether it's the Patterson family, whether it's our whole family, it brings everybody together. So to me, I'm a family person. So that means a lot to me. It means a whole lot to have the young siblings there, the young cousins, the older aunties and uncles, her brothers and sisters. You know, it means a lot for me to have that, because that's my mama too. So when I have them all around me, I feel, you know, my mom's love around me at all times. But at the same time, the stuff that she was doing before she passed, she liked to travel, she liked to do things. So that's what I do. So I made that a point in my life.
Here you sure be traveling, brother.
Yeah, I do.
You take it for your
I do. But I made that a point in my life. You know, that was my thing. Because to me, like, from that point on,
She
I
traveled
knew.
too.
Well, from that point on, by saying that, I knew I wasn't promised tomorrow. Nobody's promised tomorrow.
Right.
So I knew from that point on, I got to live every day to the fullest. So to me, that's what I've been doing. I've been living every day to the fullest, as much as I can, with what I can, trying to take care of as much business as I can. Still a family man, still try to be around as much family, try to know as much family as I do. But like I said, I just love being around my family. So to me, that's what's getting me through all of this. You know, it's just constantly doing the things that she used to do, doing the things she wanted me to do. And, you know, just taking bits and pieces of her and him, you know, to where, like I said, she liked to travel, she liked to enjoy life. And with him, he's a people person, you know, he's all around. He was an athlete as well, so I got a little bit of both of them in me. So when you see me out and I do me now, I have a little bit of both of them in me, to where I'm a people person, to where, you know, I can talk to people from all aspects of life, you know, and I can blend in with all groups of people. But that's because of my parents, and at the same time, I've always wanted to make them proud, you know, so I've never really tried to put myself in too many situations that would, you know, hurt them, you know, or, you know, hurt me, but it'll hurt them more. So, you know, I always had to think about the things that I did, you know, growing up. So everything was pretty much calculated in what I was doing. I never made rash decisions. You know, I never did anything unless I really thought about it. But I learned at a young age too. So I bumped my head a lot of times too, growing up. But now we older, and like I said, I want my daughters to get checked. Hopefully they can stay cancer free, and, you know, my sister as well. And my spouse, Brandy, my wife, she was diagnosed with breast cancer as well, and she is now breast cancer free, thankfully. And, you know, and we're just hoping that that stays on a good course as well. You know, cancer has just hit me all over the board, you know, so my grandmother, my aunties, you know, my mom, it's just all over. You know, you never really understand it until it hits home, until it's somebody that you really know. It's not that important to you until it's somebody that you really know. So to me, like I said, losing somebody young, she was young too, you know, so I think about my mother every day and everything that I do. So that's how I move forward and move on. I don't make any rash decisions because I'm always thinking about my mom and my dad.
I guess for me, knowing that she passed at such a young age and coming up on my birthday, so close to the age that she passed, has really been a struggle for me over these last few months and leading up to January 5th. I don't even really say it out loud. I'm just going to just keep it honest that I'm turning that age, because it reminds me of that place of how I felt when we got the news. I'm grateful that I have not been diagnosed and haven't gone through it, but I think it empowers me to be a strong advocate because of that, and because of the things that they both have shared in regards to just making sure that you continue to get checked, and that you look to your family and your friends and your support network, and just reaching out. But also understanding that when we discovered that there wasn't much time left for her, I literally went to Google to find out more about what breast cancer was, enrolling our family in our first walk, and proud to say that we've been, 17 years strong, and continuing to make those efforts. Being able to now advocate on this platform and advocate on the state and national level in regards to the situations that are going on for current people who are being diagnosed, but then also being able to leave that legacy in her name, and also just to make our parents proud. That's been a significance for us. They set the groundwork for us to be achievers, and I appreciate that, and appreciate the fact that we have each other. And Trae and I kind of always say, just between us, like, we all we got. And knowing that we can get through this and we can share this story is an important stepping stone for us, and for many of you who may be watching, because it's not just about the person who hears about the diagnosis from their doctor. It's about their support network. It's about the caregivers. It's about the people who you work with daily, because they see you on every walk of life, and they may have more conversations with you in regards to what you're going through than you may have those conversations with just, the people who are closest to you. It's about the people who are following you within your legacy, like you spoke about with your daughters, and also now with Tyler and with Miles. They weren't born at the time, but we make certain that they are a part of everything that we do when we do fundraisers or when we talk about what breast cancer means. I know from my perspective with Miles, he knows if he sees that pink ribbon he knows, okay, that's Granny Judy. He never met her, but he knows that that's her. And that will always remain like within his heart. So I guess with all of that being said, is there anything that you can offer those who may be watching? Just a little bit of glimmer of hope, or some sort of words to get them through as they may be recently diagnosed, or maybe in a situation where they have to tell their children, or have to tell the people who are closest to them what's going on and how to be able to cope with it and get to this side of the table.
Simply said, then done. You see a change in your body? You see a change in your diet? You see a change in your health? Go get checked, because something is wrong. Something is wrong. Go get checked. Like if your fingers hurt you, if it gets numb, if you get a cold, your eyes start watering, your nose start running. If it's happening more than 1 or 2 days, go get checked. If you got an ache, if you got a lump, if you got a bump, go get checked. Simply said and done. just go get checked.
Yeah, to add on to that, like you said, just constantly watch your body, pay attention to your body, have these conversations, pink table talk conversations, or just, cocktail table conversation at home, dinner table talk at home, talk about life, talk about health. I do understand parents not telling younger children about what's really going on, about trying to hide their feelings and their emotions. I do understand that because it is a big deal and it's something that you really have to think about before you talk to your kids about it, depending on their age and knowing your child, knowing if they're able to understand it, take it, their reaction from it. You know how your child reacts or how your child thinks. So think about that conversation before you have that conversation with them. But you do need to have that conversation with them. And like I said, I just steady be an advocate for breast cancer everywhere that we go. I love. Like I said, I could be doing more than what I do. I do a lot. Breast cancer advocacy, but not as much as my sister does. But I could be doing more, but even the little that I do, a lot of people see me, a lot of people know me, so just me having that pink ribbon on or having anything pink on or me just putting posts out or talking or just being a symbol for breast cancer, everybody knows, that I'm there for breast cancer. And I get a lot of calls and texts about people appreciate that. That they appreciate me being a male, representing for breast cancer, but like I said, breast cancer has affected me in my life, in all my relationships. So even with losing my mom, I gained a lot of other moms. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that helped me. That's another thing that helped me get through all of this. Like all my boys, all my guys, all my brothers, my cousins, all of their moms, I like my mom now. So, and I call them all that. I call all of their moms, hey, what's up, moms? How you doing, moms? Because they all are my mom. Whether it was a conversation we had, whether it's a nice meal that they give me, or just that family feeling that I see my guys got their mama. That's my mama too. So, you know what I'm saying? It's all love and, breast cancer is serious. All cancers are serious. But please take care of yourself and please go get checked out.
I'd like to thank you for joining me for this special edition of Pink Perspectives, Pink Table Talk, and for just bringing this message to the forefront and kicking off the new year.
No problem. Thanks for the invitation, Dana.
And thank you for joining us for another edition of Pink Perspectives, powered by the Pink Table Talk. I'm your host, Dana. And again, thank you to Trae and to Pops. And please don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe and like us on our YouTube channel, Pink Perspectives. Thank you. The Pink Table Talk will be offering our fabulously scented, custom labeled Pink Table Talk candle. Each one hand poured by Cheyenne Candles as a symbol of continuous support to the causes and awareness of breast cancer. The candle light, we'd like to say, represents an eternal flame that will burn in memory to the lives lost and in commemoration to those who continue the fight with cancer and our never-ending crusade to bring awareness. Proceeds from purchasing go to the building of the Pink Table Talk advocacy and outreach, as well as our ability to support other programs and agencies in kind. Thank you for joining us.